knowing your costs. So what sort of costs are you going to have when you purchase your home? I'll let you start.
Oh yeah, for sure. So usually I like to block out or break down costs, right? And I like to make it in chunks. So, you got lender fees, you got escrow and title fees, you got government charges, and then you also got inspection fees, right? So what do you look for when you see like lender fees, right? And usually lender fees are like an underwriting charge, a loan processing fee, you'll have an appraisal fee, and then you'll have like a credit reporting fee, right? And usually right now in this competitive market, a lot of those fees are getting waived. You're not seeing underwriting fees anymore. You're not seeing processing fees. You might see like a $55 credit reporting fee. And then you're even sometimes getting your appraisal fee given back as a rebate at the close of escrow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice, buyers.
Really nice, right? Escrow and title are another fees, right? So if you know sports at all, picture escrow being the referee, right? So you got to pay the referee to show up and officiate the game. He's not on either side of the, he's not for the Lakers or for the Clippers or nothing like that, right? He just comes and makes sure that everybody's playing fair, they're playing by the rules. That's what escrow essentially is doing, right? They're making sure that, hey, we're playing, within the rules, everything is going fair, just, legal, all the I's are dotted, T's are crossed.
Right, everyone's doing what they need to do to make this purchase contract happen. We're all meeting our deadlines.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And then title, basically what you're paying for when it's title fees, it's title insurance, right? So title insurance, basically what it is, it's ensuring that the buyer is getting a free and clear property or title once they get the house, right? That there's no liens, no lawsuits, no old contractors coming back and saying that they didn't get their wood floors paid for when they installed them. So that's what title insurance is for. It protects the new homeowner from any previous lawsuits, liens,
or any encumbrances
there you go.
On the title. You want a free and clear title, and so title insurance provides that.
The last part of the fees that I'm going to touch on is government charges. So government charges can be included such as a notary fee. And then we also have to take your deed over to the county to make sure that you're recorded as the new owner. And that also has a charge behind it, right?
What about prepaids and taxes, that sort of stuff?
Great question. So prepaid taxes is that anytime that you fall in a certain time of the year, for example, we fall in October or you fall and close the deal in April, you got to pay a certain portion of taxes to the county because the county charges 6 months at a time. So they don't charge month to month. And let's say if we closed in November, they charge in December. So you got to pay a prepaid tax for
ahead
that
of
month.
time.
There you go.
So closing costs could shift depending on the time of year of when you're buying. And your lender will help you understand that as you get through that process.
One last thing for the prepaids, you're not only paying for taxes, but you're also paying for your insurance. Homeowner's insurance, that is. You want to prepay it for a year in advance, so that's 12 months.
The last thing that I want to speak to is the cost that as a buyer you'll incur when you do your home inspections. As soon as you get into your escrow process, your agent's going to help you set up your home inspection with a general inspector. And depending on the size of the home, the cost is usually around $500, and it typically takes between 2 to 4 hours, again, depending on the size of the home. And the general inspector comes out and checks out just the main things about the property. They're going to check the roof, the plumbing, the electrical, and they're just checking everything in a very basic way. As a buyer, you don't actually need to be there for the entire inspection, but you should definitely be there right at the end to hear what they have to say. And then if they recommend that you have someone else check out maybe the chimney because it has a crack in it, or the pool because they think there's a leak, they'll recommend that you hire another contractor who's more specified in that particular item, the pool, the chimney, the sewer, and then you'll have to pay for whoever else you need to come out. So as a buyer, you want to do whatever inspections you need to do to make yourself feel confident in buying the home, but just know that you're going to have to pay for each of those inspectors to come out, right? So it's a small amount to pay to figure out if you really want to spend on a home.
Got it. So let me ask you one question. What about termite inspections?
So termite inspections should absolutely be done on whatever home you're buying. Typically the cost is around $100. Sometimes some termite companies may come out and do it for free. It just depends. Your agent can recommend a few to you, and you can Google and decide which one you want to actually have come out or who's available at the time that you need them. But that's really important, and if it's written into the contract, then your lender is going to want to know about it.
Absolutely. If the termite inspection is agreed upon and our underwriter sees that it's agreed upon in the contract and there was an inspection done, and let's say there's infestation or damages because of pests, then the underwriter, depending on the type of finance you're going to get, is going to want to see a clearance, meaning that the work has been remedied, right? Or the stuff that's been messed up has been fixed, or it's been sprayed or tented, or so it really depends on how you write that offer. Yeah.
And then anything that you find as your inspections come up, you may decide to try to ask for repairs to be made or credits given from the seller. Usually we find that buyers and sellers negotiate with closing cost credits instead of having the repair made.
Okay.
And often I like to advise my clients that it's probably better for you, the buyer, to actually get those things done yourself, because then you can choose the company or the person that's going to come out and make the repair. You may not like the person that the seller chooses to make whatever repair that you want done. So
makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. So we covered lender fees, we covered escrow and title, some prepaid items, government charges, and then we did a little spiel on inspections. Thank you so much for watching our video.
Yeah, and stay tuned for the next one, the very last one, step 5 of your home buying process.